Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back for another Slim Sports interview. And as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me once again on the podcast, coming off of an insane year, Big 12 champs, national playoffs, one of the best defensive backs in the entire country in 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 foot tall defensive back from the Texas Tech Red Raiders, Brice Pollock. How's it going, man?
Good. How about you, man?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Excited to get you back on. I appreciate you taking time to hop on once again after an insane year. I
Yeah.
had you on after that breakout year with Mississippi State where you dominated in the SEC, went over to the Big 12, said, "Hey, this ain't no fluke. Watch what I can do." And not only did you have
Yeah.
the pass breakup numbers once again, you also added on to those interception numbers with some big time ones that we'll get into in that nice little highlight segment that we got to do last year here in a little while. But first off, I'm going to get into this segment that I like to call Resume Rundown, where I'm going to show off what you've been able to do throughout your career and mainly just this past year alone, where I'm going to show off this nice little graphic showing off your resume. 2025 first team All Big 12, tied for first in the Big 12 in interceptions. You were able to make it to the college football playoff quarterfinals, Big 12 champions over a very talented BYU team, all Texas first team, named to the Shrine Bowl 1000 list. And going into next season, you're already getting recognition. ESPN has you on their way too early All American list and also in their top 100 players list going into 2026 at number 30. So, obviously, recognition left and right throughout the entire country. It absolutely deserve it, especially after the year where you were coming out of Mississippi State. You were one of their best defensive backs, came over to Texas Tech looking to prove yourself once again. Obviously, you did that this year. Talking real quick about coming into Texas Tech and how quickly you were able to blend into their system and make an even larger impact in 2025.
Yeah. So, really just like the D coordinator, Coach Wood, I mean, his system is great. I feel like, I mean, it puts me in a good position to make plays, play a lot of man, also play a lot of zone, eyes on the quarterback, get a lot of interceptions off that. And then, that D line was like great this year. So that also helped me. I helped them and we worked off each other pretty good. And yeah, but really my cornerback coach made it the easiest, because he was at Mississippi State. If you didn't know, his name is Darcel McBath. So I followed him from Mississippi State. He was there my freshman year, and then I came over to Texas Tech my junior year with him. So yeah, I mean, I already knew his techniques and stuff, so that kind of just made everything smooth sailing.
Hey, already have that rapport with one another, so you're able to blend in even quicker there. So that's awesome for you. And you were
Exactly.
able to make an immediate impact from game one, being a lockdown cornerback, just dominating left and right. And then second game of the season, I believe it was against Oregon State. You had two interceptions there, and just left and right. After that, you were able to just pick off the passing lanes, whether it was getting your 5 interceptions that you had on the season or even more pass breakups, getting into the passing lane, doing what you're known for doing what you do best as one of the best corners, not just in the Big 12, but in the NCAA. Talk real quick about how you would say that second game against Oregon State, seeing, okay, I'm able to break up these passing lanes, continue to do what I do at an even higher level than what I did in 2024. How would you say that set the tone for this dominant season that you just had?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did, and I think about that a lot. Like, that game was just such a blessing, like that it happened the way it did, and because I feel like it was one play where I almost got beat, and I feel like if I would have got beat that play, I think I don't get those two picks because they score and then the momentum, and I'm just probably in my head a little bit. I'm not trying to be as confident, but they didn't complete that, and then from there I got the two picks later on in the game, and it's just like the first one was really just getting pressured really bad by the D line. He threw it up. I had good coverage. I picked it. And the second one, I just had good eyes on. I just saw the ball in the air, and made a play. So yeah,
hmm Yeah, man. I mean, you were able to make plays left and right throughout the season. Uh, Overall on the year, 48 total tackles, 5 interceptions, had 7 PBUs, 3 TFLs, able to get into the backfield as well. And I mean, just some big time games overall. Going against Oregon State, 6 tackles, 2 interceptions against them, as I mentioned there. Going against number 16, Utah, you had 6 tackles and an interception against them. And then going against Kansas State, 5 tackles, an interception, and a fumble recovery. So able to get the ball back for your team in multiple ways for a defense that was tied for second in the Big 12 as a unit in total interceptions. Jacob Rodriguez, who he also had 7 forced fumbles on the season. He had 4 interceptions as well as Ben Roberts. And you mentioned that D line. A big part of what you guys are able to do, intercept these passing lanes, is when the defensive line gets pressure on the quarterbacks. Shout out to David Bailey. He's going to be a first round pick, hopefully top 5 pick, in my opinion, in this upcoming NFL draft. 14 and a half sacks, leading the entire country. Talking real quick about this team and how you guys are just so good at forcing turnovers, whether it was intercepting the ball, forcing these fumbles, or whatever it might be.
Yeah, it's really because the coaches preach it like every day. I mean, we do this thing called Take Three every game. So Coach McGuire, he feels like if you could take three, we're gonna win the game, along with a lot of other criteria that we have to meet. But that's one of them. That's one of the biggest ones. And my cornerback coach too, he preaches all the time. We want the ball, the ball, the ball, and he preaches that interceptions get you money. So we all love money in the cornerback room. So yeah, I mean, and then same thing goes along with everybody else on defense. I mean, J Rod, I know J Rod is like the best I've ever seen punching the ball. And we have a punching ball in the facility. Everybody punches it every day. So, I mean, I think J-Rod kind of set the tone for like the forced fumbles and stuff because when we see him do it, we want to do it. So that's kind of where that comes from. So, yeah.
Hey, obviously got to lead by example, and you did just that this past season, putting up some big time highlights once again. And we got to talk about them in this segment that I like to call Make That Play, where we got to do this last year, show off what you could do at the highest level in the SEC. And now you're doing at the highest level in the Big 12, intercepting the passing lanes left and right. And I once again put together what I feel like were your top 3 plays from this past season. But obviously, as you know, I'm just a stats guy, I'm just a fan of the stands. You're the one on the field doing what you do best. So, what would you say was your best play from this past season?
My best three are just the best one.
You can give all 3, or you can give just one if you want.
I'll say my Kansas State interception was my favorite. And then Utah interception was my second favorite. And then I have to say the tackle for loss I had against BYU just because it was a Big 12 championship. So it was a good tackle for loss. And yeah, those my 3 favorite.
Oh yeah, that TFL was a big time play. That is for sure. Almost made it into my top 3. I had it in my top 5 to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
And those first 2 that you mentioned, I have those at 1 and 2 in that same order. But at number 3, I had to go with that first interception of the game against Oregon State, where you had to kind of reach back. The ball was thrown behind you, and you were able to reach back, turn your body around, and make that catch to intercept the ball, get your first of 2 interceptions there against the Beavers. So that
Yeah.
one's at number 3. Number 2, absolutely. That interception against Utah. Utah was a number 16 team in the country at the time. You showed them, hey, I don't care how good you guys are. I'm still picking you off and taking it as far as I can. QB scrambled out, and you guys' defensive line once again just put great pressure on them as they always do. And he overthrows that receiver, and you come out of nowhere. I mean, you weren't even on the screen at first, and then boom, just popped out of nowhere, got that interception, and turned the ball back over in possession of your guys' offense, who ended up taking it down the field. So you guys did great there. And then at number 1, yeah, Kansas State. That interception was definitely number 1 on that list. Once again, your guys' D line forcing that QB to scramble out right. He throws it down the sideline where you come back to the ball out of nowhere once again and snatch it away from a group of both offensive and defensive players. Some of your teammates were trying to pick it off too. You said, no, sorry, guys, this one's mine. So you ended up getting another turnover just like you did all throughout the season, doing what you guys did left and right. For a defense that nationally, you guys were 3rd in the country in points allowed with 12 points allowed per game. Yards allowed per game, 258 yards allowed there. And then you guys, this number is crazy to me. Your first 4 games, you guys held opponents to 2 touchdowns or less. And going against Oklahoma State and West Virginia, you shut them out completely, held them to 0. I mean, what clicked for this defense overall, 1 through 11 with the starters? And obviously, you guys had some great guys coming in off the bench doing what they did as well. What made you guys so elite overall?
Yeah, man. I mean, we just had the dog mindset. It started in practice, just running to the ball. We wanted to be on the hustle tape. We had this thing called hustle tape in the spring. So I think that's really where it came from. And then really just the team chemistry, like the camaraderie, like just the bond we had was just insane. And I think it made us want to play better for each other. And we really should have had more shutouts than we did, honestly. Like there was a couple games where we just got relaxed, but when we weren't relaxed, we were dangerous. And yeah, I think a lot of people saw that. So it's gonna be the same this year too. So
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to see what 2026 has in store for Texas Tech. I mean, you guys this past season, 12-2 overall record, 8-1 in Big 12 action, going against number 16 Utah, 34-10 win there. I mentioned West Virginia holding them to 0, 49-0 win there. Offense just lit them up left and right while defense locked them down. And then going against number 11 BYU in that Big 12 championship, 34-7 win there as well. So just dominated left and right. You guys had that one hiccup in Big 12 action in the regular season, and that was Arizona State. But you guys bounced back, and defense played pretty decent in that game as well. Credit to the Sun Devils, they did good. They were in the college football playoffs the year before, so a very tough team. But I mean, you guys were able to respond like nothing had happened. You guys just went back to work, back to the grit and grind mentality. And I believe after that was the Oklahoma State shutout,
yeah.
followed by BYU, UCF, and some, other dominant wins the rest of the season. How would you say you guys were able to respond after that one little bump in the road to where you guys could just click it off like nothing happened?
Yeah, I mean, really because none of the coaches are panicking. Like when we lost that game, it's like, okay, what's next? I mean, none of the coaches are really yelling or getting mad. We knew we should have won that game. We knew how good we played throughout the whole game, and it just is what it is. They were the better team that day. So I mean, we bounced back. I think it just really gave us more fuel to the fire, and we knew we had to win out pretty much to secure a Big 12 championship spot. We had to definitely beat BYU. So, and that's what we did, college game day, and yeah, you saw it happen in the Big 12 championship. So I really think it just fueled us.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, five of your final seven opponents on the season after that game, you guys held to one touchdown or less. So obviously showcasing what you guys could do at the highest of highs. And the success that you guys had in that Big 12 championship game against BYU, like I mentioned before, 34-7 win there. A lot of people had that where if BYU won, they would make it to the college football playoffs. They would be one of the last seeds in. And you guys put those dreams to rest for good. You said, no, sorry, we're coming in. We're going to be one of the higher seeds and we're going to dominate. And obviously, you guys did just that. And then continued going against Oregon, number 5 seed in the quarterfinals, where despite the loss, defense did a very good job. I mean, holding them to 23 points when their average on the season was 37 points per game on the year. I mean, you guys still had a good performance defensively. So, talking real quick about those final 2 games of the season, being able to execute and come out on top for that Big 12 championship, and the positives that you look at going against that Oregon team going into next season.
Um, yeah, so for the BYU Big 12 championship, I mean, we were so dialed in. That's what we were been working for like all season. So I don't think nobody was gonna let that like slip by no matter what. Like we were gonna be locked in for that game. And I mean, we played them already, so we already knew what they were gonna do. So as far as like for the cornerbacks specifically, we wanted to switch up some things, make it look different than we did last time. So it looks the same, but it looks different at the same time. Like so, like for example, cover two. I had pressed some of the reps um the first game. So then the next game I like press bailed them and they were kind of confused them a little bit and stuff like that. So we just really switched up our tactics a little bit, game plan good, and we beat BYU, took care of them. And then I think you can see a lot of positive stuff from the Oregon game. Just the defense, we did what we had to do. I feel like a lot of plays were made. We were playing fast, physical. My coach said we were playing very fast. So I think, I mean, we could hang with any team in the nation. I feel like as long as we just got everybody playing good. I mean, everybody playing their best football. So I think next time we are more ready for the moment. We never been to that high of a stage, like nobody on the team, I don't think. So it was just new for everybody, and I think we're gonna grow and get even better this season. So
Hey, there you go. I mean, already making some big time additions for this team that is going to be losing quite a few seniors and guys going to the NFL. We mentioned David Bailey, obviously. I mean, the dude's going to be a top five pick, in my opinion. You guys have a new quarterback coming in Brendan Sorsby, coming from Cincinnati. Very talented guy there. Some offensive linemen, Trey White, who fantastic defensive end from San Diego State. He's coming in to kind of take on that edge rusher spot. And then a shout out to the Slim Sports family, big Jordan Church. He's going to be holding it down on the offensive line as well there. So you guys have some good additions coming in, as well as key pieces coming back like yourself. Obviously looking to have an all-American season and, continue to dominate the passing lanes just like you've done the past couple of years. Talk to me real quick about the next step to repeat as Big 12 champions and make an even further run in the national playoffs to where you guys can eventually hold up that national trophy in 2026.
yeah, it's just about keep building the team chemistry we got. We've already started going to breakfast like every week together. We have like different groups on the team to go every week. We've been doing that. We're doing team building, dodgeball, just different stuff. We just had a team competition week, and then we're on spring break right now. So really just trying to build that team chemistry again because I think that's what took us so far last team. And yeah, I mean just keep stacking days, get even better in the spring, and yeah.
Hey, there you go, man. I cannot wait to see what Texas Tech does this upcoming season. Definitely going to be cheering on the Red Raiders with you and Jay Church leading the way, doing what you guys do best. And I know you've been able to play alongside a lot of great talent from this past season. You're going to play alongside great talent this upcoming season once again. And I want to give you a chance to shout out some names in a segment we got to do last time as well that I like to call Who's Up Next, where once again you get to recommend some players, whether it's from Texas Tech or even your time at Mississippi State or somewhere else entirely, to where they can hop on the podcast, talk about their careers, talk about their stories, just as you're doing now. So, who would you say is next up on the Slim Sports podcast?
Yeah. Well, last time you asked me that, I think I said I don't remember. Do you remember who I said or no?
I honestly, I probably should have checked. I don't remember, but you
I
can
feel like
share
I
another
said
time.
I feel like I said Kelly Jones, and like you see what he's doing now. So I think I'm pretty good at picking. But you know Kelly Jones?
Yes. Oh yeah. Trust me. He's a
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing. But as far as Texas Tech's concerned, I'll say we have a good corner, Ashton Hampton. He's gonna be real good. And then yeah, Will Hammond, he's gonna be great. He's the backup quarterback right now. He tore his ACL, so but he's gonna be great when he gets back. Yeah, Quentin Joyner is gonna be great when he gets back from injury. And then my boy Kenny Johnson, receiver at Texas Tech, he gonna be good too. That's my boy. So yeah.
Hey, there you go, man. I mean, obviously, Texas Tech, you guys got a whole lot of dogs. That's why you guys were able to do what you did this past season and looking to go even further next year in 2026. But now we got to talk about what's next after some great names for who's up next. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to a lot of those guys because I know you have a very high level of IQ, and that's where you're looking to continue to grow in next season to where you can go off, not just have five interceptions, but lead the entire country in interceptions, knowing what you're able to do. I definitely see that being a possibility going into next year. How are you looking to really improve the most in order to not only help lead your team to the national championship, but also grow your draft stock to where you can, like you said, get even more money, with these interceptions. Interceptions make money for these cornerbacks to where you can go off to the NFL and get some interceptions at the highest level possible.
Yeah. So really just improve like my press technique. I heard like the scouts kind of want to see me impress more. Um let's see. Yeah, really just become a better leader. I heard they want to see me become a better leader. And yeah, I feel like teams won't throw as me as much as they did last season. So really just focusing on my technique, focus on what I can control, and then when the ball comes my way, make a play just like I do every time. So I mean, really nothing changes. Just keep working.
hmm Hey, well, I mean, you guys have such a good defense. You're locked down everywhere, so they got to throw it somewhere. So whether it's
Yeah.
you, the other side, I know you guys are going to be getting some interceptions no matter who it is on your guys' defense, man. So I cannot wait to see the Red Raiders go off and repeat as Big 12 champs, do what you guys do best in 2026, man. Once again, thank you for hopping on the Slim Sports podcast. Once again, for another fantastic interview. Got to do it last year, now this year, and after next year when you're holding up that trophy, being an All-American, hopefully we can have you on once again with a nice little Texas Tech jersey there in the background. So
Oh, yes,
beyond,
sir.
beyond blessed, man. Thank you so much.
Sir, have a good day.